66 days through the Bible. Good morning. We're in the book of Deuteronomy. Thank you for making that commitment to read the Bible every day. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, we come to the story of the second generation. God speaks right here in Deuteronomy chapter 1, and he says to the people, "You've got around this mountain long enough." I love the New Living Translation. It says, "You've circled the mountain long enough. 40 years have gone by. Break camp and let's move forward." Judgment came in the book of Numbers when they came to the promised land, the first generation. And they failed to trust God. And 10 of the 12 spies came back giving bad reports, and the people abandoned putting their trust in the Lord. They were frozen with fear. That would cost them 40 years of being in the desert. But thanks be unto God, God is a God of faithfulness. His promises are the same yesterday, today, and forever. I can feel it in my heart. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel God speaking to our hearts today. You've gone in circles long enough. Stop going in circles. Break camp. It's time to move out. And in the book of Deuteronomy, you'll find buried in these 36 chapters 4 speeches from Moses, beginning in chapter 1. He reviews where they have been and the mistakes they've made. Then he comes forward with renewal, restoration. Really, it's a season of revival where people are recommitting themselves to the things of God as they break camp and set out to the promises of God. Something very fascinating in chapter 1 is that it's recorded it only takes 11 days to get to the promised land. And yet, they spent 40 years. Sometimes you and I are wasting our lives and wasting our time on things that don't really count, that don't really matter. We go in circles. We fail and make mistakes when it comes to putting our trust in the Lord. That's what happened to Israel. But thanks be unto God, though I stumble, God doesn't. Though I break my promises, God doesn't. He is a faithful God. And they're going to be renewed. They're going to be restored. They had abandoned celebrating the Passover. They had abandoned the practice of circumcision that God had laid out. I'm telling you, I am so excited to be in the book of Joshua tomorrow. But today, prayerfully reflect on the faithfulness of God as you fill your heart with the words of Deuteronomy. God is faithful. It's time to break camp. It's time to stop going in circles. It's time to move forward in our walk with the Lord. In Jesus' name.